Our society is full of classic stories that we like to tell over and over, adapting them to our current times and standards. Little Women is definitely one of those classics. Director Greta Gerwig gives the original story a new interpretation and vivid female characters. You can easily see Gerwig's unique views on the female characters in the story. This is a film about feminism. In a world dominated by male directors, Greta Gerwig is undoubtedly a very powerful competitor. Even though women represent 50% of film school graduates, they only comprise 13.5% of the Directors Guild of America. The lack of women in film directly correlates to the lack of strong female representation on screen. However, ironically, in the early 1900s, during the silent era, there were more women directors than any other time in history. This time was not far from when the original Little Women story was written in 1868. Even though it was written during this time, the female characters are portrayed as stronger than many stories we see told in today's world. What has caused us to digress over the years? For decades, romantic dramas like Little Women have been catered towards the female audiences, but they are not always told with the female gaze that many women crave. The female gaze is arguably easier to define of what it isn't than what it is. It's not about objectifying women or replacing real, deep female characters with loose avatars for male sexual fantasies. This film shows women in a way that I would assume most women want to be seen on screen, powerful and independent, while also worthy of true love. I think that is why this story has thrived for so many years and resonates with generation after generation. The female characters are not only the main characters and the focus of the story, but are more than just objects for the male gaze. The characters have depth and develop throughout the film. Gerwig even said, "Little Women was just a part of me," she says. "These girls felt like my sisters, and their memories felt like my memories. It was the book for me." The female characters feel real and complex, just like women truly are, which is why the story is so appealing to a female audience. One daughter in the story, Jo, aspires to be an excellent writer. She has her own independent thoughts and is very opposed to marriage. Aunt March's words when she says, "No one can go their own way, not to mention you are a woman, you need to marry a good family." Her harsh words show society's attitude towards women in marriage. Jo is constantly yearning for the freedom that comes with being a man, eager to be a valued member of society through her own efforts. One big difference between the new version and all the previous versions is that it involves the bargaining between Jo and the bookseller. This story is not in the novel and is based on the real experience of the book's original author, Louisa May Alcott. The new version of Little Women gives a response to the hidden rule of publishing industry at the time. If the heroine at the end of the novel fails to marry and have a happy ending, no one will like the book. Jo's character is mature and stable, representing a force leading the progress of young women. This new adaptation of Little Women highlights Jo's feelings for Laurie, showing that they are not without love, but cannot be together. Jo chooses real freedom over her love for a man, giving up the shackles of marriage. She describes this frustration with society's views on women when she says, "I am so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for." Jo made her own choice, but the cruel reality is she still can't solve all the problems in life, a harsh truth that surpasses the boundaries of time.